Well, hello everybody. It is 7:30 and I told you that I will be here on the button of 7:30 and here I am. So I shall sit and I shall chill and wait for some of you to come in and join me, and I do hope that quite a few of you will be able to join live tonight because it's always lovely to catch up live. But listen, don't worry. If you're watching on the replay, I welcome you just as warmly as everybody who's going to be joining here tonight. You can watch that replay, pretend it's real, pretend you're watching it live. Of course it's real, but pretend you're watching it live. But do leave me a little hashtag called replay, because I do have a special bonus for anybody who comes in to watch. As somebody's saying hello to me, saying hi Anne, I know that it's coming up as Facebook user, but I know that is somebody from one of my precious groups. So thank you so much, and I can see people coming in already. So as you come in, let me know where you are in the country, if you're in Ireland, in the world, if you're outside of Ireland. Just let me know where you are, and if you want to share your project with me. Kavina is there. Hello Kavina. Kavina's up in Derry. If you've got a project, let me know what your project is as well, because so many of you have very exciting things in the pipeline, and I know this from all of last week, because I have to tell you that I don't think I've enjoyed anything quite as much as I enjoyed the challenge this week. Eileen, oh, this is coming in fast. Sandra Skelly is saying hello. Sandra, I am so sorry you couldn't get in yesterday because I messed up big time. Because StreamYard wouldn't let me into the studio, and that really threw me, and then everything went spiralling downhill, but we managed to sort it out. Somebody else is saying, hi Anne, great to see you. You're so good to do this with us. Why wouldn't I? Honestly, I was just saying, I have never enjoyed anything quite as much as I've enjoyed this challenge. It has been fantastic. Eileen is saying, hi Anne, watching live. And Kerry, brilliant. And somebody else I missed up there, up in Salt Hill, out for work, gorgeous Salt Hill. Okay. Honestly, the challenge was incredible and I enjoyed it, but I know that lots of you did as well. And I am delighted that so many people said that you learned a lot from the challenge. So I'm going to just wait a couple of minutes and let people, I won't wait too long because I don't want to keep you all night, but I will wait a few minutes just to let people come in. Mary's in Roscommon. Somebody saying, hi Anne, great lives this week. Somebody else is saying, hi Anne. Well, hello to all of you. And Anthony's Kane is saying, good evening, Anne, up in County Antrim. I am thrilled to welcome Anthony's Kane because Anne actually joined the Sharing the Secrets Masterclass today. Herself and Rosemary are the very two first people to enroll on the Masterclass, and I just can't wait. I'm so excited for both of you because I know what both your projects are, and I think both of you are as excited as I am. So it's just fantastic. And in fact, something amazing happened today. Marina, one of the girls who's already done the Masterclass, is joining again, and I know this is going to be the best thing in the world for her because her confidence is at a level now that it wasn't at when she started before last year, and it's going to take her to a whole new level. So this is just absolutely fantastic. Oh gosh, it's lovely to see you all here. Don't be shy, say hello to me and do let me know where you are. Okay, comments are coming in, so hopefully I'll see all the comments coming in. So the challenge was fantastic, and if you haven't had time to watch the videos, it doesn't matter. You can watch them anytime. This is the beauty. This is why I always have a replay, because life gets in the way. We're all busy, and we could all enroll for a course or something, and with the best will in the world, with the best intentions in the world, you see, I'll be there every Monday evening at 5 o'clock, and then Monday evening at 10 to 5 comes and life gets in the way. And that's why when things are on a repeat, when things are broadcasted and recorded, you can catch it whenever, and you can catch it as many times as you want if you need to learn something and you want to go back over it again. Breda's up in Kildare. Hi Breda. Great to see you all here. This is just absolutely fantastic. So last week was really interesting because I thought very long and hard about the topics I was going to talk about last week, and I'll be brutally honest, the best topics that I ever find are the ones that you suggest to me. Not the ones that I think might be useful to you, but the ones that you suggest. So when I was at the show, the New Build and Rebuild show 2 weeks ago, I deliberately asked people the questions, what are you struggling with? And I was sad because a lot of the things they were struggling with are things that they shouldn't be struggling with, but they are, because that's their pain point. So I thought, right, everybody's got a pain point, and many of you came back and told me what your pain points were, and we did go into them. I mean, people have pain points like just not knowing where to start, not knowing your style, not knowing how to finish a project, not knowing how to sort the budget. Maybe you have a big problem with colour. Maybe you've got a big problem with putting a look together. Maybe you have no problem doing one room, but you have a big difficulty doing multiple rooms. And this is something, because I specialise in new builds and renovations mostly, I find there are lots of people, even people who are professionals in the game, people like quantity surveyors who are so used to doing this for other people. I even have an architect client at the moment. And one room is fine. It's when you have to do more than one rooms and you have to get the flow right. So the flow and the layout, and how to create perfect flow and layout, and how to get your look going through the house, very, very challenging. Trina is there. Hi, I'm delighted to be able to join you from Kildare. I thought you might have been out singing. I know that Catherine Waldeck is out singing tonight in a choir somewhere. I will get your carpet sorted for you probably tomorrow on the paint colour, Trina. I think I know what you need, but anyway, I think you're on the right track yourself as well. But so lots and lots of pain points, and we went through them, and it is amazing. But you know something I discovered only a little while ago? Hi there, somebody else saying hello to me. I was sending out all the information about the masterclass, sharing the Secrets Masterclass to Anne, and I actually read through the schedule. And I thought, you know what, I didn't consciously do this, but I have it written down here, in the schedule, in the modules, I'm actually covering most of those pain points. So the first one is how to find your own style, and that was the second thing that we covered. We covered that on Tuesday, and it's funny, a few people have come back to me to say to me, that's actually my pain point. I don't know my own style. And in fact, the people that came back to me to say that said, now I actually have a very good idea. And that was only just from the little snapshot that we had on Tuesday. So that's fantastic. So that was some people's pain points. But so how to find your own style is the very first module that I cover, and I cover it in depth. And at the end of it, you will be under no illusions as to what your style is, what you absolutely love, and maybe even more importantly, how to have that look going on in your own house. So if that was your pain point, I have the fix for you. Another thing that a lot of people have a big trouble with is choosing a colour scheme and planning your design. Okay, there's a module for that as well. And that was something, even at the show, lots of people said, I get so bogged down in colour. And I think it's because they come at it from the wrong angle. They become obsessed and fixated on things they should be leaving until the end of the project and not focusing on what they need to do to get the scheme right. It's like, Trina, I hope you don't mind, she won't mind me saying this. Trina has a sitting room, she picked a carpet, and she realises the colour that she picked. Painter was meant to come today, thank God he's not coming until Tuesday, but the colour's not working because the carpet is darker, or maybe it's lighter I think she said, than the carpet that was there before. So that's impacting. She had picked Faro and Balls matchstick, and it's not working, and she showed me the photographs, it's not working. So we will get it sorted. So that's why it's really important, just start with something concrete, and then it makes it very easy, because if she'd picked the paint first and had the room painted and then had her carpet down and it doesn't work, that's a disaster. There's no need for that. Marie is here, my lovely interior designer colleague Marie. Hi Anne, delighted to be able to join in again this evening. I am delighted you're here too. And Maura Mackey is not with us this evening because she's on the radio somewhere down in Cork. Trina saying lighter than usual. You're saving my day. I know I'm saving your day, but sure, listen, why wouldn't I? You're one of my best girls, so why wouldn't I? Sandra is redecorating her sunroom, which is north facing, anyways, of brightening up my kitchen diner. I'll have a look at that later on because the kitchen's very dark. I'll have a look at that on later on for you, Sandra. North is always a challenge. So anyway, that brings me on to challenge number 3, which was aspect. Aspect is something that most people don't even think about when they're designing a room. I mean, to be honest, it's only in recent years that people who are building houses are actually figuring out that the aspect of the house is the most important thing. If you're building a new house, or even, here's the one, if you're planning an extension and you might think, oh, I'm going to have a sunroom off my kitchen, and your kitchen's north facing, wouldn't you be better off to have that sunroom on the far side of the house, somewhere else, where you're actually going to use it? I had this conversation with Kavina and her husband, who I met at the show 2 weeks ago, and they wanted to put a patio area outside their kitchen on the north facing side. And I suggested they move it to the front of the house, which is going to be facing due south, where they're going to use it. Why spend all this money on putting a sunroom or a patio in a space that's going to get northern light that you are actually not going to use? If you have a southern space, that light immediately just draws you in. A child will know that it's a more uplifting, more happy, more gorgeous space to be in. So when I picked aspect for our number 3 day, which was yesterday, which was the day that I messed up completely because StreamYard wouldn't let me into the studio, and then I put the live into the wrong group. But was I blessed that I went into the Sharing the Secrets Masterclass group? Those girls are just amazing, and if anybody joins the Masterclass after today, honestly, you're coming home to family, because those girls will have your back. They're just absolutely wonderful. But sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Yesterday, aspect. A lot of people thought, why are you talking about aspect? That's a bit strange. It's not. It's actually so important, because going back to Sandra's space, her north facing, her sunroom she uses as a second room, and it gets plenty of light, but it makes her kitchen dining room very dark. Okay, paint, mirrors, there are ways of doing that. I will figure that out with you, Sandra. But that's why it's so important to know the aspect. And even if your house is facing due north, and many of us are, if you think about it, if you live on a road and there's houses either side of the road, you know, there's a good chance if your garden is facing north, your neighbour's garden or the neighbours across the road are facing south. But that doesn't mean that you can't have the most fabulous, uplifting, gorgeous space in your north-facing kitchen or living room. Of course you can. You just need to know what you do with it. And if you haven't watched the video from yesterday, go back and watch that. Sharon is saying hi, Anne. Hello again. Sharon's up in Belfast, and she has been enjoying the challenge as well, and she's thinking about the masterclass. I'm not sure what projects she's up to, but that's just... It was lovely to get your message today, Sharon. Really, really lovely. And I'm so happy that you were able to pop in. Mary Donahue is saying, hi, Anne. Delighted to get on tonight. Really enjoyed the 3 days replays. We're doing a new build. It's south facing. Of course it is. This is where life gets very small. Mary Donahue's daughter is Tara, who I met at one of Nora Casey's events in Dublin in the convention centre, when we used to go to these gorgeous events and get buzzed up and meet like-minded women and come home empowered. And Tara was there with Brenda Cassidy, my friend, and she's just the most amazing girl, very creative girl, Mary. And so I'm thrilled that you are building your new house, and I will talk to you about that because Mary, I think Tara actually bought the masterclass for Mary, if I'm right, for Christmas, and now you're going to get really, really good use out of it. And south facing, of course, you have your house facing south. Architects are so in tune with this, and everybody is. Light is so important, particularly us who are lucky enough to live in Ireland. That light is important. So you must maximise the south facing space, and indeed your west facing space, because that evening light is gorgeous as well. Our old house in Dublin, which was a very bright house, the garden faced west, and it was flooded in sunshine for most of the time. And knowing your east and west facing spaces are actually really, really important as well. Now, for anybody who hasn't got to looking at the video from yesterday, as well as your homework, and the homework is always very easy, but the homework is just there to focus your head. It's always good to write something down. I'm a journaling girl. The girls in my Finding Your Fabulous group know this. I couldn't extol enough the virtue of journaling and getting things out of your head and onto paper. But so the homework is good for focusing your mind. But for anybody who hasn't watched yesterday yet, I do have a little bit of extra freebies for you. I've got a free paints guide. I spent 7 hours a couple of weeks ago doing this guide, and what it is the paints that will work in your north facing space, your south facing space, east and west. Now, south is a breeze. You get away with murder there, but the others are more challenging, and because in your east facing space you're going to get your sun in the morning, so it's going to be darker in the evening. Converse is true for your west facing space. It's going to be darker in the morning, brighter and lighter in the evening. So there's ways that you deal with this, and that's all there for you to see, and that's totally free. You can just use it and keep it, and even if you just keep it on your phone, and if you are painting, that you just pick up your chart and I'll try this and this. But I would urge you, even though I said use whatever in this space, buy a tester pot and either buy the swatches, Fleetwood and Colour Trend and Little Green. You can buy the absolute, actually Dulux Moda do as well. The paint swatches are actual paint swatches, so somebody has gone to the trouble of painting up the swatch for you, so it's easier than painting it yourself. But say it's a fireball colour that you can't get a swatch for, get a piece of card and paint on 2 or 3 coats of paint. It is worth doing this. You must do this. I do this. Even though I will pick a paint from a tiny swatch and know that it's going to be okay, but I would still get my clients to bring it to their home, to look at it in nighttime, look at it in daytime, look at it beside the window, and just make sure that the colour works. Because sometimes, and this is something that in a very bright space, I can remember once I was doing a home here for a lovely guy who owns a glass company here, and Barry the painter rang me and he said, Anne, I've painted the hall, it's gorgeous, and now I've gone upstairs and this paint is turning white. And the reason that was, I knew before I went down, the reason was because there was so much light coming into the landing upstairs from all the Velux windows that yes, of course the light was bleached. But I don't have a problem with that, and my client didn't either, but my painter did. He thought they should all be the same. But even on different walls, you're going to get a slight variation depending on the light coming in. And oftentimes I will actually pick a paint, the same paint colour, and run it through a couple of rooms in a house, maybe from a hall into a room, because I love flow and I love tone on tone on tone when I'm picking my colours. And for anybody who does end up doing the masterclass, you will find out all about this, about getting the tones right, not necessarily the colours, but the tones. But something does happen if you pick a paint. Say you've got a flooring running throughout your entire new build Mary Donoghue, gorgeous big porcelain tile, and you pick a paint colour and you paint your hall in that, and say you paint your kitchen come living come dining area. There's a good chance that those colours won't look exactly the same in both spaces, but they will most certainly work because, again, it's the tones that are right. And this is part of this lovely flow that just runs through your house that creates this show house feel, except it's not a show house, it's a show home. It is your home. It's a home to live in, it's a home to love. I don't want anybody to live in a show house unless you want to live in a show house. I want your home to be functional. I want it to be easy to maintain. If you've got kids or pets or grandchildren, or if you're very active and lead a sporty life, or your husband's a farmer or whatever. I'm the mother of 3 sons and we had 2 dogs, and our biggest dog was a giant breed Leonberger who shed, and I still had a gorgeous home because I was very careful about what I put into it. And I was also very careful about having a style in my home that had longevity. Now that's something that I could have devoted a whole topic to in the challenge. It is really important for me that you have longevity in your design, that you are not trend-led. You can follow the trends in your cushions and in your rugs if you want, and in your throws and in your candles or whatever, your small pieces, but do not follow the trends in your big pieces unless you love them. If you absolutely love something that's bang on trend, you know, at the minute you've got lots of metallics and stones, that's good. There are colours like the deep greens, the deep blues, they're lovely, I love them. But only use the trend colours or the trend fads if you absolutely love them. Because let me tell you, if you absolutely love them, you'll love them forever. I don't think of any of my clients here, but has Mary McGinley popped in yet? But I say to my guys, when you find what you love and everything that goes into your house from this moment on, you must remember this, everything you must love. Not like, not sure it'll do, not I'm under pressure and I have to make a decision. No, you must love it. It's a bit like when I got it, I ordered it online and I put it on and I wasn't sure about it and I thought, you know what, I feel great in it. And that's a feeling. I remember having a lady in Wicklow and we had sofas custom made up in Monaghan. And I picked fabric for her blinds. And when the fabric arrived, she rang me and she said, Anne, I am dancing around the kitchen because I've got that buzzy feeling that you talk about. I know exactly what it is and I'm feeling it now. So love it. You must love it. So if something is a trend, go for it. I had black and white tiles in the hall, large black and white tiles to a very big hall in our old house. And I had 2 black and white bathrooms. Why? Because I loved them. And you know what? They didn't date at all. I absolutely loved them. I changed the wall colours. You know, in 20 years in the hall, I started off with a sunny yellow, which was in vogue and I liked it. And I think too, because we came from a darker house to an extremely bright house that we custom made. Then I changed it to little greens fescue, and oh gosh, that was perfection. Absolutely gorgeous. It could have been what sold the house. It was just a vision. It was beautiful. Mary Jeffries popping in from Cork. Mary's a very busy midwife, so I'm delighted to have your company. And she's saying, love the information you gave, re colours. It makes life easy, doesn't it? Yeah. Compass is a great idea too. Yeah, I used to carry a little compass on my keyring. And I always used to use that if I was out on site or if I was with a client. Now I obviously just use the Compass app on my phone, but it's a very handy thing to have. And yesterday's homework, if you haven't done it, was to go around your room. This is Easter weekend, you have plenty of time. Go around your room and check out. You might get a surprise. And there might be a room in your house that you've never been quite happy with. And just by virtue of taking out that compass and seeing the aspect of the room might answer a lot of questions for you, and maybe just changing the paint colour of that room will absolutely transform it and make it your favourite room in the house. Mary's saying, Anne, thank you, wonderful info once again. No, thank you, and thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys being here because you've given up time, a lot of your time, and there's nothing more precious than your time. But you're learning as well, and I'm a lifelong learner. I told you the other day that I have actually joined a pretty serious course. It's going to take up a lot of my time, but it's going to help me. And it's going to help me get better online. So the orientation was last night, and I was buzzing after it. And, I'm so glad I did it because it was actually really, really expensive. And I thought, I don't know, it's a big bullet to bite, but I did. And I wasn't 100% sure when I did it that I was doing the right thing. I know now absolutely 100% it was the right thing. And it's going to help me so much, and I'm very excited about that. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. So happy. Kavita, you've been very quiet. But if anybody has a quick question, or somebody else is watching in Castleknock, I wonder, who is that? Not sure. That's coming. You're in one of my groups as well, obviously, whoever that is. Maya Dixon, time extremely well spent, and thank you so much. Listen, that's great. Maya's got a lot out of she is a student, a teacher. Quite a few teachers. Catherine Catherine Martin was in earlier, and she said lovely things. I can't remember where she said it, but she advised all of you to join, and she's still doing work in her house, and she's still talking to me, and it's great. And Maya and Catherine, a few of the girls, are actually doing it all over again because they've gone back to Module 1. Rosari's the same. She's not here tonight because she's bringing her mum out, but I know that she is building a gorgeous, fabulous, adventurous, amazing new build, and she has started back to Module 1 again. And I told you the funny thing the other day when I was doing it was Tuesday when I was doing the challenge about finding your own style. I thought, gosh, I must look over Module 1 of the Masterclass, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did, even though I was watching myself. It was good. It was good. Honest to God, I'll be honest, I'd forgotten how good it was. And I think because the pictures were there as well, and you could see, and the examples were all there, and there was it was a full module. It was excellent. Really, really, really good. Kavina is saying, in the car but watching while Will Macaulay is driving. Well, Kavina and Will Macaulay are my star couple pupils, if you like. They're not the first now to come in as a couple and do the masterclass, but they're also doing a very ambitious renovation extension. And Kavina has been, no more than many of you, have been here since day one, 2.5 years ago, when Antoy took this mad notion that she was going to do a Facebook Live every single day until lockdown was over. God, had I any idea what I was letting myself in for? But you know what? I'm never so glad. I'm so glad I did it. Totally threw myself out of my comfort zone, but so many amazing relationships have been forged, and we know each other, we look out for each other. Yesterday, I'll give you an example. When I realised I was in the wrong group, and the reason I didn't realise I was in the wrong group was because Kavina and a few of the girls who are actually, they've done the masterclass, but they're also doing this challenge as well because they want to kickstart themselves and just reinvent their passion and reinvigorate everything. And they were just so helpful in helping me get that video out of there into the right group. So it's all about helping and caring and nurturing and relationships and learning and fun. We do fun with a capital F all the time. I make learning fun. And another thing I have decided upon, I had been advised to change the name of the masterclass from Sharing the Secrets to Become Your Own Interior Designer. And for some reason it didn't really sit properly with me, because I think the person who told me to do it was thinking about SEO and findability and relatability of words. I thought, no, that masterclass, Sharing the Secrets, happened because I wanted to share everything that I know so that you can have the home of your dreams. I think it was yesterday that I said, I can't work with everybody one-to-one because not many people's budgets can stretch that far. I was honest yesterday. I said, working with me will cost you between 5,000 and 10,000 euro, from extension to full project type property, things. Is it worthwhile? Do my clients say it's money well spent? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have one quantity surveyor client. I remember driving in the car with him because I did their house, then I did his pub, then I did his pods. But we were driving to the upholsterers and he actually said to me, when my wife said she wanted to work with you, I thought she was nuts. Quantity surveyors are so good with money and budgets and stuff. So this is the biggest compliment I've ever gotten. I never got him to write it down. And he said, Anne, you saved me so much time and money. It was the best money I've ever spent. I thought, great. And then he asked me to do his pub. And then he asked me to design the little pods, which were probably one of my favourite projects ever. Also one of the most challenging, but that's another story. Somebody is saying to me, that name is out there already, Anne, and it's not you. Which one is that? Become Your Own Interior Designer. That's interesting. Thank you for saying that. Actually, let me know. Not sure who that is telling me that, but that's good because Sharing the Secrets is me. It has been me for a long, long time. Okay, you know what? Things happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. That name just didn't sit happily with me, and I'm going to stick with what I have. What I have, it has worked for everybody who's been here, and it's working for me. So whoever that is, it's coming up as Facebook user, but whoever has told me that name is out there already and it's not you, please let me know who you are, because, or maybe even send me a little message or something. That's a gift. That's a gift. If I needed confirmation that I'm doing the right thing, you have just given it to me. So thank you so much. Okay, has anybody got any questions, or Kavina is still in the car. She said, definitely worth to do the course Lessons for Life, go through it all again. Yeah, I think I've said this today, and I don't say this glibly. I do think that the masterclass is not just, it won't just transform your home, it might transform your life as well, because it does something. It helps your own confidence. I've always said interior design is all about knowledge and confidence. That's all you need, but you need the knowledge to give you the confidence, and both go hand in hand and work so well together. Okay, I'm curious to see who that is. Thank you so much. So yeah, I've made up my mind about that. I am actually not going to change the name. Another thing I've made up my mind about, I'm actually going to add a new module into Sharing the Secrets, because again, from talking to people and anybody building, or in fact it was Anne who said to me today she is going to be doing up her bedroom, and Anna has actually joined the masterclass today. I was thrilled about that. She said the cost of everything has gone up. So I'm actually going to add a new module, because I feel our landscape has changed irrevocably and changed totally in the last year or two, because things like cost, which were always important, have now become phenomenally important. Things like budgets, which were important, have now become phenomenally important. Things like lead times means we have to be so focused and knowing what we want in time. Mary, if you're still there, this is so relevant to you and to Kavina. It was Denise Wise who said that about the title. Thank you, Maya. You're obviously watching the group. That's or you can see. Maybe you guys can see who it is, but I can't. Denise Wise is swanning it off in Switzerland. But thank you for joining in, Denise. That's great. Denise is one of my ladies as well, so I will definitely be chatting to her. She's somebody who did an amazing job at staging her home down in gorgeous Kinsale. She worked so hard, but by goodness did she achieve an amazing result by doing that. So anyway, that's a new module. It's all going to be about the new landscape that we live in, how to manage your build, how to manage your budget, how to manage... You can see the names. Listen, that's great. Okay, Maya, you can be my secretary now, and if I can't see whose name comes up, you can tell me, okay? Thank you. That's gas that I can't see but everybody else can, but it doesn't matter if you guys can see that, so that's great. So that's a new module. Give me a thumbs up if you think that's a good idea, because it's something that wasn't relevant when I set up that course. It's probably almost 2 years since I did it. Myosin Radio. So yeah, scarcity, lead times, budget, cost, availability, planning. Somebody's in the fabric outlet, all material £5 per metre, great saving. Don't know who that is either. Yeah, I've never been to the fabric outlet, but I believe they're fabulous. Yes, great. And now that's another thing that I have. Another module is all about fabrics and soft furnishings. That's a big deal for people. It's a part I love, but it is a big deal, and it's somewhere that you can spend a huge amount of money, or you can spend lots of money. A huge amount of money or not so much money, if you're smart, if you know what you're buying, if you know what you're doing, if you've got your design planned out. So actually, whoever sent that message up to me is saying it to me probably apropos of the landscape. Yeah, it's D. Timony Shops in Kildare and Cork. Brilliant. Yes, without a doubt. I know lots of people who've used them. I know people who've driven from Donegal to go to the shop in, I think it's in Naas, and I follow them on Instagram. So yeah, there's lots of ways to skin a cat. You remember way back when we bought the house in Foxrock in Dublin, we had no money to do anything with that house because we put every cent that we had, plus a mortgage, into that house. And yet, when we were leaving, the Irish Times really did feature it on the cover of the property supplement that Thursday. And that was back in the day, a bit like now, where the property supplement was a big fat supplement because there were lots of houses for sale. And that was, that was a big moment for me, because that house was not put together with money, but it was certainly put together with knowledge that I'd learned myself the hard way. I could have so done with this course back then. Can you do it on a limited budget? Yes, you can. You know that I did the RTE show house for Shade Filan of Westlife with a 25 grand budget. Don't think I could do that today. I don't think so. I don't think I could have achieved the same result that I got now, because that was 14-15 years ago, and time has moved on and things are more expensive. But are there ways of doing it? Don't ever let your budget get in the way, but you must plan, you must be resourceful, you must be knowledgeable, and whether you do my masterclass or whether you go online and you do YouTube videos or different things. Mary Kelly's watching from Waterford. Hello, Mary. That doesn't matter, but get your education from a source that you're comfortable with. My husband loves YouTube. He uses YouTube for everything. I actually don't like it at all, even though I have a YouTube channel, Room Junkie TV, which I don't use very much because I just don't like it. I prefer groups like this that are small and intimate, and where I get to know the people that I'm dealing with and talking to, and that's my thing. So whatever your thing is, find it. Find your tribe and stick with it, because your budget won't determine your result if you are smart enough to allow it not to. And we all know lots and lots of people who have spent huge amounts of money in their home and got it so wrong that that's all been wasted and the space is not good. We all have friends who have done that, or people who have bought the wrong furniture for their house. I told you the story during the week of this gorgeous girl from Ballyshannon who came to one of my classes and cried in my class because she realised that she had spent €5,000 on sofas that were not going to work. She realised that in the class after I had taught that module, that piece, which was probably module 2, about how to create perfect layout and flow and how to organise your furniture and make sure that your furniture is absolutely the right size for your space. These things are so important, and these are big ticket items. You must get your flooring right. You must get your big furniture right, because you're not going to be changing them very easily. One of my other lovely Facebook users is saying, our quoted building costs have just increased by 50%. I feel your pain. I have a most gorgeous client who's building, they have a beautiful old house over in West Donegal. I did the old house for them after they moved back from Dublin, and now they're building a really large contemporary extension, which is stunning. And we started off with a really, really healthy budget for that extension. And now it's been diluted so much by the build costs. But you know what? I don't know who that is, but I'm not a bit worried about... I'm actually not a bit worried about the fact that our budget has become so diminished. I know we're going to get the same look. We've done a huge amount of work, but this is one project where I have done so much in advance. Long before the builders came in, I think we had the kitchen picked, we had the flooring picked, we had so many things picked so that prices were locked in. There's a lot that you can do, even if it means prioritizing and doing the important things now, the permanent things now, and maybe doing your finishing afterwards when your budget's a little bit more fluid and you've gathered up some more cash again. But there are ways of doing it. I really, even though, and sometimes I feel a bit ambiguous maybe saying things like this, because lots of my projects they're high-end projects, gorgeous clients, but high-end projects with pretty healthy budgets. They're not necessarily first-time homes, they're maybe second or third time homes, and people who have just maybe had equity in their homes, which allowed them to build this amazing home at the end of it. But even with large budgets, I'm still extremely mindful of budget at all times, and I will always try and get the best price for anything without compromising on quality. And even if your budget is lesser, or if it's 50% less because the building costs have increased so much, there are still ways that you can do that. There really, really are. Stick around, Room Junkie. We will keep you right. So I'm not changing the name. Okay. Oh, but listen, I'm so thrilled that you came in. I do hope that if you haven't watched all the videos, that you watch them, because you will get so much. And if you're not following the Room Junkie page, because there's lots of new people here that I don't know who have just found me, go and join that page, because I do share a huge amount of stuff over there, and there's 300 and something videos that over 500,000 people have watched, and they're there for you to learn from and find. Mary is saying, Anne, you're an inspiration, well done, loved my masterclass, and you're still learning, and you're starting into a new project now, and you're going to be a different woman with a different attitude moving into that. And I know you've helped your daughter as well with her build, so this is good too. You're not just helping yourself, you're helping other people as well. So I did say I was going to talk about the masterclass, because I am launching it again, and I'm launching it in a different way. First time round was the first time ever. Somebody's saying you're a treasure, and my husband wouldn't tell you that. But anyway, thank you very, very much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm relaunching, and I only really do this once a year, and that's the truth, because I feel when I launch a masterclass, people in my masterclass are like my babies, and the masterclass is like the daughter I never had, so I have to put so much energy into it. Now, the good thing is, for any of you who are already in the masterclass, nothing changes. You stay there and you get all the good stuff. But for anybody who is thinking about, even if you're thinking seriously, if you're worried about your new build, or you're worried about your extension, or you're even worried about redecorating your bedroom like Anne is, honestly, the masterclass costs currently €299, and it's a payment plan option of €100 a month for 3 months. Even though the masterclass goes on longer than that, there's trust here. I give it to you. Nobody has run away. Everybody has honoured their payments, and everybody has been very glad to be there. So literally what happens is, it's an online masterclass with a support group. So the group is a bit like this group here. It's a closed Facebook group. It is very private. It is very safe. And within the masterclass structure itself, there are currently 8 modules. So we've got how to find your own style, the first one. Really important. A super module. It is really, really good. And if you got benefit out of Monday's how to find your own style, or was Tuesday, you'll get 1,000,000 times better benefit out of this. Then on the second module, I cover how to develop your colour scheme, how to create a colour scheme, and how to I'm reading it from the notes that I wrote down here, because I can't remember the numbers of which is 1, 2 and 3. So it's choosing your colour scheme and planning your design, because that is really, really important. I remember when I did RTE Show House, I planned that design, and I remember having this talk to myself, and I often talk to myself, and I said, Anne, no matter what happens, when you're there for that week, and you picture this, we went in on a Monday morning to a shell of a house, an absolute shell, concrete floors and bare walls. And on Saturday evening, we had a house. But I said to myself, no matter what happens, because it's going to be stressful situations, things are going to go wrong. I thought, you do not change from your game plan. You don't deviate at all. And I didn't. Because when you plan, when you're not under pressure, that plan is going to carry you through. You might have to make modifications and tweaks, but keep to your plan. So that's why planning your design is really, really important, and doing that at the outset, before you get stuck into your design, doing it at the beginning. How to create perfect layout and flow. I am so big. Layout is everything. Flow is everything. The flow of a house is actually what calms you down. It's what makes you happy. It's what makes a house work. Little tip for you is, if in doubt, take it out. Most of us tend to put too much stuff into our houses. So if you put your room together, I always look at it. And it's hard to look objectively at your own house. I can take a subjective look at your house because I don't live there, but it's harder for you. But if you think there's a little bit too much busyness going on or a little bit too much of something, take it out. Less is always more. Trust me on that. That's your one takeaway from tonight. If in doubt, take it out. Less is definitely more. Now, fourth module is really important too, and for anybody planning a new build, or even if you're doing a retrofit or if you are doing an extension, lighting. Again, people leave lighting to an afterthought. I do my lighting plan I almost do it on paper, to be honest. And this is so important. Layering your lighting properly is important. The right lighting enhances your space. It makes it so welcoming and warm and functional. So lighting, really, really important. If you're planning a new kitchen or you're retrofitting your kitchen, there's a whole module devoted to kitchen design, really important. Same with bathroom design. Lots of people since lockdowns have said, I'm sick of that bathroom and I want to put in the most amazing shower because I deserve it. Retrofitting your bathroom, I've got a whole module to new bathroom planning, to retrofitting, to upgrading your bathroom, really important. And then there's a whole module devoted to soft furnishings and fabrics, which is a fun part and which I love. I absolutely love. And there's loads. You might think you know everything about fabrics and soft furnishings. You don't, because technology has changed so much. And that's a whole module in itself, and it's a lovely module. And then the very last module currently is professional staging, how to finish off your room properly. So many people took that up as their pain point, actually. They just couldn't finish off a room. So I show you how to stage your room. There's a system. I have a system for everything, and my systems you get. That's the secret that I share with you, and I've learned these the hard way. And any mistake I ever made, or any mistake I saw a client made, or any mistake I ever saw anybody else made, I can promise you won't make it, because you won't. The system will work for you. So staging is important. How to finish off your room, how to dress it, how to arrange your art, how to arrange your cushions, your curtains, everything, style, everything. This also comes into play. Going back to the house in Foxrock, when we sold it, I staged that house so carefully. I knew exactly the type of family, with the ages of the kids almost, who would be buying it, and I staged that house with them in mind. Any show house I ever did, I staged them with the ideal buyer in mind. So if you're selling a property, and some people are, there is a way of staging your home to effect a fast sale and a very strong sale. So staging comes in. So if you know anybody who's selling a house, maybe a family member, or maybe you've got an investment property. I know somebody here was selling an investment property over in the West and did some staging, and the house, it sold. It sold really well for her. And then there's going to be a new module, a 9th module. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it's one that reflects our current landscape, and it's one that reflects the fact that everything has become more expensive, budgets are stretched, lead times are getting longer, challenges are different, and there's going to be a whole module devoted to that. A new thing, I have lots of new stuff planned. I think for the 9 weeks of the module as well, 9 weeks of the course, I'm actually going to do a live into the group every single week, just to keep you on track with a topic, but it's so that you can have a Q&A time as well and ask questions within the group. I've taken a lesson from the girls at Kay's Flower School, Jeanette and Deirdre. They have their online classes, and some of my girls here have actually done their flower arranging classes, but they have a certain time every single day where they are available to the people, to their students, so the students can come in, ask the question, and then they will either WhatsApp them back by a voice message, or send them a photograph or a yes or no or whatever, so that if you're out and about and you're struggling and you're in a bathroom shop and you can't decide which tiles to pick, or you're looking at fabrics and you don't know, you can actually send that to me. I haven't decided the time yet. It probably will be a morning time, but you will get your answer back in real time then. And as I see your message, at the moment what I do is the girls will get in touch with me, they'll ask me their questions. Catherine was in touch today about something, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. And I can answer, and as well actually, somebody else this morning had lots of questions first thing this morning, but we've got it sorted. And that is a beauty. This is not just an online course that you buy that sits in your inbox. I'm going to put pressure on you to study. That's why, and you know what, when this course goes up in Kajabi, which I haven't told you about, the course costs €299 currently, with three payment plans, or three pay payment plans, should I say. When it goes up in Kajabi, the price will go up to €399 because that's what it has to be up there. And when it's up in Kajabi, I will actually get notification if you're not doing your modules or if you're struggling, so that I can go back and say, are you having trouble with this? Facebook user is saying, when will the new masterclass start? That's actually a really good question. Okay, whenever I finish this evening, the cart is open, even though some of the girls are in before the cart. Cart is open, that's an American terminology. What that means is the masterclass is up, you can join it. I can send you the link for it, and you pay via PayPal, and you can choose to pay in full or you can choose to pay by the payment plan. I don't mind. So it is open, and it will be open. It will be available until the 22nd of April, which I think is tomorrow week. So that's 7 or 8 days that it will be open. I may even extend it into that weekend. I'm not sure, but it's definitely open until the 22nd of April because I remember that because it's the day after our Jack's birthday. And then we start properly on the 25th of April. But if you join up today, and I don't know who that is, but if you join up today, I will send you the entire course. When Anne joined up today, she has already got the course. Rosemary has it as well. Anybody who's got it, I would urge you, don't be tempted to fly through it now. By all means, Module 1 is how to find your own style. Certainly start with that, because that's a continuation of what you've learned here this week on Tuesday's module in the challenge. So certainly do that. And then come next, but you'll get notification of what we're going to be doing. Come next, come Monday, the 25th of April. Then we start properly, and there will be, how would I say, a definitive structured way of doing the course. But you don't have to be anywhere on a certain day. You don't have to move fast or slow. You go at your own space. And the girls who've done this know this. Some people will fly through it pretty quickly because that's the way they are. Others will take their time. Others will go back over modules, and that's fine too. And say if you decide, I want to do the masterclass, but I'm starting my new kitchen, or I'm in the middle of planning my new kitchen now. By all means, you go straight to the kitchen module and do that. Same if you're going to be doing your bathroom shortly. Don't wait for me. Go straight to that. And if you need backup, you come back to me. So it is an online course. There are going to be 9 modules now. There will be backup within the Facebook group. There's going to be more backup than there ever was before. I'm also going to have, say on the week that we're doing kitchen design, I'm going to have a kitchen expert in, and I'm going to do a guest expert interview Q&A with him. So if you're planning your kitchen, you come in and ask your questions then. When we're doing lighting, I'm hoping to have Pamela Cull, who's an amazing lighting consultant in Cork. I'll have Pam in to do, actually Pam is a member. Pam actually did my masterclass last time round, but I will get an expert in to cover lighting. I will get an expert in to cover different things, because I just think it's a different perspective and it will help you a lot. Flooring as well, I'd probably get an expert in to cover, certainly bathroom design. So that's something that we didn't do before. So I'm learning and improving as this goes on. And every time, for anybody, and don't worry, anybody who's already a member, a student of the masterclass, all of this you will get as an automatic upgrade when it goes up on this gorgeous Kajabi platform. And I can't wait. It's going to be up fairly soon as well. I'd say by early May it's going to be there, and the price will go up then. Mary is saying, I was thinking contemporary, now thinking transitional, probably need to join the course again. Yeah, absolutely. Because this is important to get you focused. Once you know your style in your home, it's a bit like knowing your style of clothing. Do you know that I'm 5'2"? For years I lived in jeans, okay? Which probably cut me in half a little bit because my legs are short, and I used to wear flat shoes with those jeans. And then if I ever wore a dress, I wore a long midi dress, which made me look as if I was wearing my mother's clothes. Now the older I get, the shorter my dresses get. That's true. I wear more dresses now because they suit me and I'm more comfortable in them, but they're shorter. I wear a dress to the knee or above because I've realised my legs are my best feature. It took me a long time to figure that one out. So knowing your style is really, really, really important. And if anybody takes that gift from this week, I will be so happy. I feel my job is done. That and knowing your aspect of your house and working on those to really transform your home. Very, very important. So anyway, going back, I wondered, as I always do, and go off on a tangent, but whoever asked me that, somebody said finishing off a room is the hardest. It's not when you know how. It's not when you know how. And even, oh gosh, few people are saying finish off a room is the hardest. Okay, that's the last module for a reason, but even if you have an existing room, you might think I'm nuts in what I tell you to do. I tell you to take everything out of the room and then use what I teach you and put it back in that order. And trust me, your room will be different. And I'll show you how to finish it off, because the finish is important. And I always keep contingency. And the finishing doesn't necessarily have to cost lots of money. You know, you can use, chain store accessories, and you don't have to have expensive art, but you do have to have the accessories, and you do have to have the art, and you do have to have them positioned right, and you do have to have the look right. But it's easy. It actually is easy, and I make it very, very easy for you. So what else have I to tell you? Yeah, is there anything else that I'm adding to the masterclass? Yes, every week I'm going to go in for while the modules are ongoing. So that's for 9 weeks. There will be a live pertaining to that particular module that week. And on the 15th of the month, I'm going to pick a topic that's relevant to everybody, and there will be a masterclass on the 15th about that topic, and it's going to be something that is going to help you. So for that reason, I would love you to give me ideas about what you need help with, and it might be something that you've discovered as you're working your way through the course, and that's fine, because let me tell you, people are shy and people are extrovert, and the extroverts will always ask the questions, but sometimes you will ask the question that somebody else is too shy to ask, so you've solved their pain point as well as your own. So that's why I encourage question. I have the answer for most of them, and if I don't, I'll certainly know who has the information, or I can point you in the direction that you need to go in to get the information that you need. So if anybody is thinking of joining, I really would love, Catherine, I wish I had Catherine's, I actually got some gorgeous testimonials in. In fact, yesterday when I was in the group with the girls, when I was in the wrong group, they all said some pretty amazing things. One thing that Rosarie said, which I had not thought about, was she said it makes her stronger in dealing with tradespeople and in dealing with suppliers. See, it's a knowledge thing again. When you have knowledge, you have the confidence, and you can transmit that in your language, and you know what you're talking about, and nobody's going to pull the wool over your eyes, and that's important. So yeah, maybe I will even get the girls to give me testimonials, because they'll tell you what they thought worked for them. I should get them. Catherine is in, she's been singing her little heart out, and now she's here. Gosh, I've gone on a long time. If you're back, Catherine is somebody who gave me the most glowing testimonial yesterday as well, as did Kavina, as did Rosarie, as did Shirley Kennefic. I was kind of tearful almost, because it was lovely to hear all these lovely things. But I do think a lot about this masterclass. I've put a lot into it, and I want to give this to many. I don't want interior design and a gorgeous home just to be something that somebody who has buckets and buckets and buckets of money can do. Yes, of course, people with buckets of money, they invest in their home, so of course they know that investing in a good architect, a good interior designer and a good garden designer is going to increase the value of their home. That's why they do it, and they want to live, they probably work very hard anyway, and they want to live somewhere beautiful, but you know what, that's everybody's right. And I think after all this time that we've been in lockdown and come out of lockdown, we spent a lot of time at home, we realised what worked in our home and what doesn't work, so nobody knows your home better than you do. And as well as that, I think a lot more people are going to be staying in their own homes, because there are so few properties for sale, and the cost of building an extension is growing, so making the best of what you got might be a very good thing. Again, I don't know who this is, but Maya, who's this? How do we join the masterclass? Whoever that is, send me, I'll do two things. If you're on my mailing list, you will have got an email today, and you'll probably get another one tomorrow. And the link to join the masterclass will be in that. I will pop a link here when I'm finished, that you can get all the information and decide for yourself if this is right for you or not. Or if you want to ask me questions, you can do that. Or you can send me a private message here, and I will get straight back to you. It's very easy, very, very easy. But I would encourage you to join, even though it's my masterclass. And I'm not for everybody, and everybody's not for me, but I can tell you when the fit is right, the fit is very, very good. And I don't care whether your style is global, stroke eclectic, stroke dramatic. You'll be the 1%, or whether you're transitional, like Mary's now thinking she is, which could be 60%, to classical, which is quite a strong, and contemporary up there. It doesn't matter. When I work with somebody, I do not impose my style on anybody. I have never done that. Your generosity is so rare, Anne, sharing your secrets for certain. Generosity or craziness. Sometimes I do crazy things, but in life, I'm old enough to know, guys, I'm almost 62 years old. I'll be 62 in June, so I've been around the block a lot, and I know that what goes round comes round. And I have been critiqued, I know, for sharing so much, but that's okay. I only share so much. I mean, I share, but what you get in the inner circle, what you get when you're in the masterclass is obviously 100 times more what I can share here. But I do think it's right to share. I really do. But like I said, I'm not for everybody. And I think anybody who's hanging around with me will know whether I'm right for them or not. And if I'm not right for them, there's loads of other people out there, loads of other interior designers. And I love that other interior designers come into my groups as well. That is fantastic. I love that. I love their input. I love their... sometimes we have divergent opinion, like Adele Roach, the colour consultant. We are totally opposed in our likes, but our theory is the same, and it's fantastic. She's somebody that I might just get into the masterclass as well, because you'll really enjoy it. Her colour psychology knowledge is phenomenal. But that's something new that I'm going to do. So if you join the masterclass, this is what you get. You get the online masterclass. What a lovely attitude you have, Anne. Not always. You should have seen me yesterday when I realised that that StreamYard would not let me in to my live at 3 o'clock, and that flustered me completely. And I don't get flustered. I used to be a theatre nurse, so I'm used to being scrubbed up, scalpels, sutures, blood. I don't get flustered. I got flustered yesterday, and that's why I went into the wrong group. So attitude sometimes can waver, but if you join the masterclass, this is what you get. This is gas. I'm so used to promoting other people, I don't really do it for myself. But anyway, I'm doing it this time because I believe in this just as much as if it belonged to somebody else. You get the modules. At the moment, they're on OneDrive. It's not gorgeous like Thinkific. Thinkific is going to be like having your own. OneDrive is like flying economy with Ryanair. Not Ryanair. Oh no. It's like flying with Aer Lingus. But when it goes up on Thinkific, which you will all get, it's like flying with Emirates first class. That's the way it's going to be. It's going to look beautiful. It's going to be, content is still going to be the same. I'm going to be the same, but it's going to look beautiful. The interface will be different. It'll probably be a lovely experience to be in, and that's why I have to put the price up when it goes up on that. But for the moment, that won't happen until the end of the month at least. Oh, Neil Tui puts me right. He says it's Kajabi, not Thinkific. Yeah, sorry. Thinkific is Ryanair. Kajabi is Emirates. So it's going up in Kajabi. I have a wonderful lady in Dublin who's doing all this at the moment, and it will go up whenever she has it ready. But for the moment, for now, it is definitely available at €299. And if you think about that, how many €299 have you wasted in your house by buying the wrong thing, by not knowing what to do, by not having a phone a friend to say, I don't know which worktop, that's what I got this morning, which worktop should I pick? Which colour could I go for? I think the real secret sauce is, okay, you get the knowledge, but you get the backup, and you get the backup in the group, and you get that friendship and camaraderie. You'll also learn from other people coming in with their questions, and coming in with their before and afters, and coming in with their success stories, and coming in with great finds like the fabric that Dee posted there now. You know, there are people who will find things, and this is a challenging time, so we need to support each other. And if you find something amazing, and another thing that you get in this group, you get my little black book of suppliers, of the people that I use, because these are trusted people to me. They provide best value at the best price, and that's what I want you to have. So it is like a very exclusive club. Membership to join will be open from now, until the 22nd of April, which is tomorrow week, okay? So don't think about it too much. And if you want to talk to me about it, of course you can, or send me a message, that's fine. Or if you want to talk to any of the girls, maybe that's even better. If you want to talk to some of the girls who have done it, and you'll hear words and all from them. And as well for the girls who've done it, if there are things that I could improve on, I'd like you to know. But I have asked you that before, and I think I have. The new upgrades are because of things that you've said, gosh, that would have been amazing, or I would have loved this. So you get the modules, you get the backup of me, you get Train Us In Fabric Outlet. As in Newbridge, Material Worlds and Nace. Okay, well, both those places are worth, thanks Trina, you keep me right as well, no more than my husband. Both those places are definitely worth checking out. There's a place up in Belfast as well, and I can't think of the name of it. Excellent, depending on, but I do have the details somewhere, depending on what neck of the woods you're in. I think that I think the Fabric Outlet might do online, that you can order online as well. Not your Material World probably do as well. But anyway, I digress. If you join the Masterclass, you get all the modules, which are now going to be 9 because of the new one, because of just the life that we live at the moment and the landscape that we're in, and our reality has changed. And if I find that, if things change, I will always upgrade and change, because technology is influencing interior design phenomenally anyway. So any upgrade that I get, I pass on to you. So you get the modules, you get the backup in the Facebook group, you get me whenever you need me. Within certain times, and I am going to be more strict about that because I have to have boundaries. So there is going to be a time in the morning when you can get me, but then I will always see your message and get back to you after the event. But sometimes there are emergencies, and it's you need to pop it in there and then, and that's fine. So you get that. You get the guest experts coming in on the weeks of the modules to sort of supplement what you're learning, and you can ask them specific questions, industry specific questions, which is good. What else do you get? You get the Masterclass on the 15th of every month on a topic that I can guarantee you'll be interested in. And there's plenty of good stuff in there. If I find things, if I'm out and about, I'll pop it into that group as well. But that group is going to be more interactive, and there's going to be even more backup in it than there was before, although I know some of you found you got fantastic backup, and some people need more hand holding than others, and that's fine, that's just the way it is, but it's interesting because you will get from here to here to here to here to here fast enough, and you'll surprise yourself, and there's a lot of satisfaction in that. When you put a room together by yourself, in the beginning you might need me just to hand hold a little bit, and then you find you're getting more and more confident, and you can bomb on and do it yourself and do it for other people, and that's just brilliant. Okay, so I don't think of anything else to tell you. Oh, I do. I actually this is maybe more for the people who are not going to join the Masterclass. I put together a little planner I called it 10 Steps to Interior Design Success. It's a planner, 10 steps to the perfect room, 10 steps to the perfect project. Now, to get this, you're going to have to be on my mailing list. So I'll put, if you're not on the mailing list, lots of you are, but not everybody is. So, because I'm going to just send it out as a mail drop to everybody rather than sending it individually. I just wouldn't have time to do that. But it will be useful and a good little reference point for you to have. So if you're not on the mailing list, I'm going to put the link to join the mailing list here underneath this video as well. So it's 2 links I'm going to have. I'll put the link for joining the Masterclass, and I would love to see you there. Absolutely love. I would welcome you with open arms. Absolutely. I just can't wait. I'm very excited about this. And if you're not on the mailing list and you'd like to get that planner, just pop your... I'll put the link in and you just pop in your details, because with GDPR I can't put in your email address. Obviously you have to give permission to do that, which is good. So that's it. And that's it. I'm going to miss you guys. I really, really, really enjoyed coming into this group, I have to say. There was just, and one thing I'm going to say, for some reason there's so much negativity and nonsense online. Everybody who's been here with me will tell you there's been none. I can't believe it. Really and truly, there has been no nastiness, no nonsense. It's almost like Anna de Marini said to me a long time ago, your vibe attracts your tribe. And I think that is true. I think we have attracted each other, and everybody in this group is just so like-minded and like-spirited, and it's been beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I'm so thanks. Somebody saying to me, thank you so much, Ellen, really enjoyed the last hour. Me too. I have to say, I'm genuinely sad to think that the challenge is over. But please, I would love as many of you as possible, come into the Masterclass, become my proteges, and I will take you. And you know what? Trina is saying, thank you, Anne, for sharing your knowledge and fun. Well, we'll have lots of laughs. We'll always have lots of laughs because it is a fun topic. You know, it's a serious enough topic too. And a lot of interior design is actually quite boring because it's planning and organising and ordering, but that's all part of it, because I always say it's a bit like childbirth. You go through the tough stuff and then you forget all about that and you get immersed in the fun bits, the colour, the fabrics, the everything, you know, that just creates a joy in your life. Marie Riley saying, thank you so much, Anne, very enjoyable. Brilliant. So anybody got any questions at all, I'm very easy to find. You'll get me on you will get me on a direct message here. Anne@roomjunkie.com is my email, and but I'll pop the links in as well if anybody wants them, and if anybody wants to ask any more questions, please do. So thank you so much. Marie is here. Marie Summers. Marie is designed you. Marie, they'll find you on Instagram. I love your Instagram. Thanks, Anne. Enjoyed listening. You're an easy listen because you're so informative and happy. Hopefully we'll meet someday in a professional capacity. Marie, I would love to, and Maggie Brady's another person on my hit list. I would just love to meet up with you. You definitely, because in my book, there's no such thing as competition. You know, we all have different people that, you know, we all work well with different people and everybody brings something different to the table, and that's what's so lovely about it all. Somebody else saying thank you for a lovely evening. Mary Donahue saying thanks, Sam. I can't wait to see your plans, Mary. I must get you to send them to me because you have an exciting build ahead of you. I know you have, and that's you're in Cavan, I think. Actually, I remember designing a gorgeous house. Well, it was actually a renovation, but a massive renovation of a house just beside the golf club in Cavan Town. It's the only time I ever did work in Cavan, but it turned out spectacularly, actually. It was just fabulous. And that was the first time I discovered Fleetwood paints. I hadn't really been using Fleetwood paints up until then. And sure, I've been using them ever since. Catherine is saying, thanks, Anne. I'd say Catherine's throat is sore. She's been singing all night. So listen, go off and do something lovely for yourselves, but don't be strangers. I would love you to join the masterclass. I would just love it. For you and for me, would love it, because I can tell you, I know it'll transform an awful lot in your life and your home. But if you don't, if the time is not right for you, just go over to, well, you can always come in here until this group is archived. You can always come in and watch the videos anyway. They're going to be here. They're not going anywhere. And even when I archive this group, because you're a member, you can, you know, because you signed up to this private group, it's a private group. Strangers can't come in, but you can. So even when the group is archived and we're not actively here anymore, you can still come in and watch those videos if you're just not sure about maybe finding your style bit, or, you know, you're painting and you want to find out a bit more about the aspect of your house and what to do about it. That's, you know, that's all here for you and will always be here for you. That is a gift for you. It's always going to be there. Mary's beside the Sleeve Russell Hotel. Okay, I know exactly where you are. Not too far from Donegal, actually. And Eileen Murphy is saying, fabulous, Anne, thank you. You're so welcome. I have really enjoyed your company. And for everybody joining in on the replay, which I know is going to be most people, do stay in touch as well, because something special has happened here. Bonds have been made and friendships have been kindled and rekindled. Some of my girls who've done the masterclass have actually just discovered the spark is lit again, and they're back, you know, back on track and really excited and gung-ho, and that's what I want for you too. So on that note, I'm going to go, and stay safe, stay fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and someday we'll have a live event and we'll all get together and meet up, and wouldn't that be something? So thank you. I've really appreciate you being here. It's been lovely, and I will miss you. I will miss you because I've got so used to coming in all week, and it's been just so nice. So over and out, and I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully on the masterclass.